I just listened to the book of Ruth and I'm going to tell you about it. Spoiler alert, it's a chick flick, one of the best in the Bible. So there was this lady named Naomi, and she lived in the land of Judah with her husband and her 2 sons until a famine swept across the land and there was nothing to eat. So her husband's like, hey, we got to get out of here and find some food. So the whole family packed up and went to Moab. Now, shortly after they settled in Moab, unfortunately, Naomi's husband dies, leaving her to raise her 2 sons. Now, some time goes by, and the 2 boys meet 2 super nice ladies, and their names are Orpah and Ruth. The boys get married, and about 10 years go by. The Bible says that the 2 sons both die very close together, leaving Naomi, Ruth, and Orpah all alone. So the 3 women are all alone in Moab, and Ruth decides to go back home to Judah where she has family. So that's what they do. They set out for Judah. So along the way, Ruth turns to the girls and she tells them, girls, don't follow me. Don't worry about me. You're young. You're beautiful. You got your whole lives ahead of you. Turn back to Moab and find yourself some nice boys and get remarried. But you see, Naomi was one of those mother-in-laws that you felt like you won the lottery. Amazing, lovely, kind, caring. They loved her. So the girls didn't want to leave Naomi. The Bible says that they all hugged and cried, but ultimately, Orpah left. Orpah was like, okay, peace out. I'm still young, I'm still hot, I'm gonna go find somebody. So Orpah took off. However, Ruth didn't want to leave Naomi. Ruth loved Naomi. And when Naomi told her to go find someone else, don't worry about me, Ruth responded with one of the greatest examples of love to this day. She simply said, where you go, I'm going. Where you stay, I'm staying. Your people are going to be my people, and your God is going to be my God. And where you die, I'm going to die. I'm going to die there. And you know what? Bury me there. And if anything other than death separates me from you, let God punish me severely. Okay? Who doesn't want a friend like that? I mean, if it ain't that, I don't want it. So Ruth and Naomi go back to Judah, and everyone is ecstatic to see Naomi. So once they get settled in, Ruth's like, I'm going to go try to find some work, get us some food. I'll be back. And she ends up going to this field where people are gathering grain. And so she's like following behind them, just getting what they've left over. The owner of the field is this rich guy named Boaz, and he shows up and he's like super nice, and he greets all of his workers and he's like, blessings, hello everybody, like super nice. And he sees Ruth like picking up grain behind all of his workers, and he asks the manager, he's like, who is that? And he's like, that's a Moabite girl. Her name's Ruth, and she's Naomi's daughter-in-law. Well, Boaz is like, Naomi, that's my family. Like, Naomi's late husband is my second cousin or whatever. So he's like extra nice to Ruth because of this. And he goes up to her and he tells her, he's like, hey, you can keep doing this. This is fine. Also, if you want some water, go over there, help yourself. And he even invites her to eat with them at mealtime. And he tells the guys, he's like, hey, so that girl, you better be nice to her. And also, too, I want you to grab some handfuls of your grain and throw it on the ground for her so she can find it and pick it up. So Ruth finishes the day in the field, and she goes home to Naomi, and she brings her all the grain that she gathered, and it was like a whole basket full. And Naomi was like, where did you get all of this grain? And Ruth tells her, she's like, so I went to this field and I was just picking up after the workers, and the owner, this man named Boaz, came, and he was so nice to me. And Naomi's like, Boaz, that's our family. He was so nice to you because of my late husband. And Ruth's like, yeah, he actually told me I could work here all summer if I wanted. So I guess I have a job. So that's exactly what Ruth does. She works gathering grain in Boaz's field with the ladies all summer long. Until one evening, Naomi tells her, look, you're getting older. It's time we find you a good man to settle down with. You don't need to live here with me. You know, I'm an old spinster at this point, and you're still young. We need to find you a man. And I think I found you one. Boaz. Hear me out. I know he's old, but he's rich and he's nice to you. So this is what you're going to do. While he's at the threshing floor, which sounds very intense, but apparently it's just a place where they would separate the grain from the stem or whatever. While he's there, you're going to get yourself fixed up. You're going to take a bath. You're going to put on some perfume. You're going to look real nice. And I want you to go to the threshing floor. Don't let him see you. Let him eat. Let him get some drinks in. He's going to go lay down. I want you to keep an eye on him. See where he lays down. And then once he falls asleep, I want you to uncover his feet and go lay down by his feet. He'll know what to do. She was already married, so I'm pretty sure she'll know what to do too, but it doesn't say that. So that's exactly what Miss Ruth does. She gets all dolled up and she goes to the threshing floor where she sees Boaz, waits for him to fall asleep, and then curls up on his feet. Now, Boaz wakes up in the middle of the night and he sees this woman at his feet and he's like, who are you? And she's like, it's me, Ruth. And Boaz is like, you sweet little doll face. I am so grateful that you are being so kind to me right now, but I'm super old and, you know, I know we're family, but there's actually someone else that can redeem you, take care of you, that is much closer to your age. So let's see if we can't make that a match, okay? You just go back to bed and I'll work on things tomorrow. But thank you. Thank you for thinking of me. It's super nice. So the next day, Boaz goes to the other relative that he says is closer to Ruth. And he basically says, do you want to redeem the land that Naomi's husband left? And the guy's like, yes. And Boaz tells him, well, you've got to take Ruth too. And the guy's like, well, then I can't do that. Okay, so sorry, I can't redeem the land. So this frees Boaz up to redeem the land, since he was actually second in line. So apparently to do this, they make a deal in front of other people, and by taking off their sandal and handing it to each other is like a public display of an agreement back then. So that's exactly what they do. The other guy takes off his sandal, hands it to Boaz. There's 10 guys watching, and they all say, we witness. And the deal is made. So Boaz marries Ruth and redeems her. And he gives her a baby. And Naomi makes the best grandmother ever. And all of her friends are so excited for her. And they tell her, may this child be famous throughout Israel. And he kind of was. So they named him Obed. And Obed was the father of Jesse. And Jesse had a son named David, who was kind of a big deal. I mean, the kid fought giants and grew up to be a king. But that's another story.